running your own Google Ads isn't always the easiest thing to do. There's always, platform changes happening, things coming and going. The interface is often not that user friendly. But if there's one thing you're going to do effectively when running Google Ads for your business, then I want to stress the importance of using what we call the search terms report to make your Google Ads advertising more effective. So just to rewind a little bit, the way you're probably aware that Google Ads works is that you specify keywords you want your business to show up for, and then you basically bid on showing up for those terms or those keywords. So if you sell dog harnesses, you might want to show up for dog harnesses for sale. If you sell car insurance, you might want to show up for car insurance New Zealand, or all sorts of things like that. Those are those keywords that you want to actually have your ads show for. But a lot of business owners who DIY their own Google Ads aren't aware of the fact that the keywords you specify and the actual searches that trigger your ads are often not exactly the same thing. So Google tells you to specify keywords, but what actually triggers your ads are search terms. And depending on how you've set up your Google Ads account, there are different levels of control you give Google. I guess you could even say different levels of leeway you give Google with regards to how much the search terms that trigger your ads actually differ from the keywords you specify. So depending on what match types you've used, and there are 4 of them, there's broad match, which is the one with the least amount of control, broad match modified, which is the next most specific, phrase match, and then exact match. Well, depending on these, basically the results you get and the searches that trigger your ads can really vary quite substantially from what you think your keywords actually are. And what will often happen when I work with a business owner or a marketing person who's done Google Ads themselves for the first time and show them that actually what searches are triggering their ads and not exactly the same as what they've put in as their keywords, it can be quite a sort of revelation for a lot of people. They'll go, well, hang on, how come my ads are showing for these random searches that aren't really relevant to what my business is all about? Potentially even searches that aren't really safe for your brand. And this is all triggered by this concept of search terms. Now, I'm not going to get too in depth into the keyword match types in today's video. That's for another time. But what I do want to say is that if you are running Google Ads and you're doing them yourself, or you're not sure if the ads that are running for you that are being managed by someone else are doing the right things, and maybe you think, hey, why am I getting some weird inquiries through the website? Are my ads really showing in the right place? What you want to do is use the search terms report. So the search terms report actually shows you the exact searches that trigger your Google Ads, as opposed to just the keywords you've specified you want to advertise for. Now, just to sort of circle back to what I said earlier, if you've set up your account with really tight control around the keyword match type, so you're only using exact match keywords, for example, then your search terms report's not going to deviate too much from your keywords list. But if you're using broad match keywords only and you haven't done anything with negative keywords, for example, then you could wind up with some pretty crazy search terms. And I've seen some really, really weird things in the past. Some searches that are just nothing at all to do with what a business is actually trying to advertise, because you've given Google so much leeway and you haven't actually reviewed those searches. So what you want to do with the search terms report is review it frequently. I'd say review it at least weekly if you can, if not more frequently, and go through that search terms list. And when you find searches that have triggered your ads and possibly even triggered clicks that are not relevant to what your business is actually about, then make sure you add those search terms as negative keywords, or at least add the root part of that search phrase that you don't want. So for example, if you sell only brand new dog harnesses and you're not interested in anyone looking for a second-hand product, then if you start seeing search terms triggering your ads that, things like second-hand dog harness for sale, well then you could add second-hand as a negative keyword, and that will stop that search term from triggering your ad again. So this sounds kind of simple. It sounds a little bit repetitive. It might sound a little bit boring, but this use of the search terms report is one of the most effective things you can do if you want to maximize the value you get out of Google Ads advertising. Remember that every time someone searches something and your ad shows and they click and it isn't a search that's relevant to what your business actually offers and the value you provide to the marketplace, well, guess what? That's wasted money that could have been better spent somewhere else. I bet you don't walk down the street and throw $1 or $2 or $3 on the ground willy-nilly, but it surprises me and amazes me how many businesses wind up inadvertently basically doing this with Google Ads. So yeah, use the search terms report frequently, check in regularly, block things you don't like the look of, and if you're not sure how to actually go ahead with this, if you're struggling to find the search terms report, if you don't know how to interpret it, feel free to get in touch with me. I'll do my best to help you. You can email me on info@samfrost.co.nz, or you can send me a message. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.